Okay, my dear students, let's continue with our algebra on the functions of complex variables. In today's presentation, we will learn about the Laurent and Taylor's expansion of a function of complex variables. Let's first discuss the Taylor expansion. The Cauchy integral formula of the preceding section opens up the way for another derivation of Taylor series, but this time for functions of a complex variable. So suppose we are trying to expand f of z about a fixed point z is equal to z0, and we have z is equal to z1 as the nearest point on the Argand diagram for which f of z is not analytic. So if you look at the figure, z1, this point over here, is the nearest singular point to z0. It means there is no singular point in between z0 and z1. So focusing on this z1, let us draw a circle about the center z0 passing through the point z1. So you can imagine this circle, and let us take our contour, another circle, but within the region not more than the whose radius is not more than the radius of the point z1. So this is what is being said here, and we have z1, z is equal to z1 as the nearest point on the Argand diagram for which f of z is not analytic. So we construct a circle centered at z is equal to z0 with radius z dash minus z0 absolute less than z1 minus z0. So there are four types of points here. One is the point z0, which is the fixed point. Then we have the point z1, which is the nearest singular point to z0, and then we have the variable z dash. Now this is the variable z dash, so we will write the function as the function of z dash. So what we have done here, we have taken for this contour C, the variable point z dash is such that this inequality holds, which means the radius of the point z dash from z0 is less than the radius of the point z1 and z0. So we are in the safe region as long as we are considering this contour. Safe region means that there is no singular point on this contour or within this contour. Okay, so with this background, let us now use the Cauchy integral formula which we derived in our previous lecture. This is the Cauchy integral formula. Okay, so we have replaced z with z dash because our variable is now z dash, and the fixed point is not z0 over here, it is the point z. So Cauchy's integral formula written in the present for the present situation. Okay, in the next step, what we have done, we have taken z dash minus z0, we have added and subtracted z0 in the denominator to get expression 6.52, and then we have taken z dash minus z0 as common from the denominator. So obviously we will have a bracket term containing 1 minus z minus z0 over z dash minus z0, as if we are dividing these two terms with z dash minus z0. Okay, so uh, from this equation we will use an infinite series which is the series of 1 over 1 minus t, and this series is equal to 1 plus t square plus t cube, and can be written as sigma t to the power n from 0 to infinity. Okay, if you want to verify this series, you will multiply both sides with 1 minus t. So if you multiply the left hand side with 1 minus t, you will get 1, and if you multiply all these terms with 1 minus t, you will see that we will also be left with 1, whereas the terms containing t are cancelled out. So 1 is equal to 1 means that this identity is proved, and 6.53 is the equation which we are going to apply on this part of the denominator. So 1 minus, so we will take t is equal to z minus z naught over z dash minus z naught. Now mind you that this series is useful only if t is less than 1, because when t is less than 1, which means it is a fraction, then these terms goes on decreasing drastically. For example, if t is 0.5, then t square will be 0.25 and t cube will be even less. So this series will be drastically reducing, and we can approximate this series containing only first few terms. So this series is useful only if t is less than 1. In fact, all these series we use in physical problems should be convergent series, that is, though it is infinite series, but every next term is drastically being reduced. So then we can approximate this series. So this is what we require here, that t, which is now z minus z naught over z dash minus z naught, so this must be less than 1, and you know, because of this inequality we can see that this factor over here is less than 1. So by taking t is equal to z minus z naught over z dash minus z naught and applying this equation 6.53, we can easily see that we end up with this equation 6.54 after 6.52. So this is the equation now, f of z equal to this. So we have put this series n from 0 to infinity of t to the power n, and t to the power n is z minus z naught over z dash minus z naught. So that's how we get equation 6.54. Okay, now we have integration and summation in this equation. We can interchange them very easily. So we write the summation first, and we put the integration after this, but we will take out the term because this integration is with respect to z dash. So all those terms which are independent of z dash, for example z minus z naught power n, so they can be dragged out of the integration. So equation 6.55. Okay, now what we have done in the next step, we have used the formula for the nth derivative of a function, which if you remember, we derived it in our previous lecture using the Cauchy integral formula. So we have used that. You can see this equation 6.47, and we can write after this we end up with this equation that f of z is equal to z minus z naught power n f n z naught over n square. Okay, then So this expression 6.56 is the Taylor series of the function, that is, we have expanded the function fz about a fixed point z naught, and this is equal to an into z minus z naught power n, where an is equal to f, an nth derivative of the function divided by n factorial. Okay, so that was the Taylor series. Now, sometimes we come across with functions which are not analytic within a given contour. For example, let me jump to page number Laurent series. Let me jump to this diagram over here. So here we have a multiply connected region, as we discussed previously. So we have a region outside this greater circle in which the function is not analytic, and we have an interior region with the smaller radius circle in which the function is not analytic. So that's the multiply connected region, and we have drawn the cut line as we did previously, and we have modified our contour C1 as we did in the previous study. So this is the modified contour, and let me write the equation with this. So this is the, so we have C1, and we have z dash minus z naught greater than z minus z naught, and for C2 we have z dash minus z naught less than z minus z naught, and we write the Taylor's expansion for this situation equal to this. And in this equation we have C2, a term containing the integration over C1, and a term containing the integration over C2, and then we have this. Let us take the first term as S1 and take the second term as S2, and I have done in my notes which are already with you. You can see the derivation, the rest of the derivation, and to reach to this equation, to the Laurent expansion of the function. This is the Laurent expansion of the function as given here, that we have now f of z is equal to an z minus z naught power n, where an is given by this, and mind you, now we have n from minus infinity to infinity. This is the difference between Taylor series. Taylor series starts with n is equal to 0 and goes to plus infinity, whereas the Laurent expansion is both sides. We have terms with n is equal to minus infinity up to the terms with n is equal to infinity. So you can see these steps as I have derived in my notes. Let me show you my notes as well. So I have done it. I have done the detail of this over here, and you can go through this page and to see the final expression over here. Okay, so that was the derivations of the Laurent and the Taylor series, and here is an example. We have a function f of z is equal to z into z minus 1 whole power minus 1. So if we choose z naught equal to 0 and r is equal to 0 and capital R is equal to 1, that is, the smaller circle is with r is equal to 0 and the larger circle with r is equal to 1, and we use the Laurent expansion here for this function, we get the equation 6.71, and if we calculate the Laurent expansion of this, it comes out to be equal to this, and this integral of 1 over z dash power n plus 2 minus m is can be calculated. We will calculate this in an exercise in our next lecture, but this is the result, and again you can see the detail of these derivations of various equations being shown here to see that this function 1 over z into z minus 1 is equal to minus sigma n from minus 1 to infinity of z to the power n. So this is the Laurent expansion of this function. Now why do we do this expansion business? Why do we have this series? We discussed the Taylor series for real functions. You must have discussed this previously, but today we have discussed the Taylor series and the Laurent series for functions of complex variables. Now the question is why we you see, this is a simple function and we have turned it into an infinite series. So there are so many terms here up to infinity. So it means we have complicated the situation. No, it's not like this. We have not complicated this expansion because this series is a convergent series. So we will see that every next term reduces to the previous term drastically, and we can approximate this infinite number of terms to say first 2 or 3 terms, which are much more simpler than the function itself. So whatever we want to do, whatever algebra we want to do with this function, we can do that with these 2 or 3 terms which are rather simpler. So that is the reason that we find the series or the expansion of a given function about a certain point, and this is only useful if the series is a convergent series. Okay, so after this example, let me give you the exercise 6.5.1. You do the same thing as we did in the example above here, and prove that the Taylor expansion of this function natural log 1 plus z is given by this series. So this is also done in my notes. You will find the solution of this exercise from my notes. You can see all the steps I have done there, and so that is the exercise you must go through and do it by your own hands. And okay, so I think we have finished with the theory of this chapter. Now I will turn into the problems or exercises which I assigned to you, and I will do this in the next part of today's lecture, another video. So you must go through this video first, and then I will present another video to complete our today's lecture. Okay, thank you very much.